Hi, Tanner Marshall here with your Feel Good Friday message. And once again, talking to the caregivers for National Caregiver Month. And I want to talk to you today about remembering who you are as a caregiver and when your role as a caregiver is over. Because a lot of times when you're in the midst of that role and you're fully immersed in it, you might be thinking, who am I? I don't even know who I am anymore. My life is about this other person. And you can feel invisible, like you have disappeared, and all that still exists is the person you're caring for. Because most of the time, everyone that you talk to will be like, how is so-and-so? And I did a video about this. I'll put a link to it here. Everything I heard from other people was like, how's your mom? How's your mom? How's your mom? And it wasn't until some friends of ours who had been in a caregiving situation themselves finally said, wait a minute, how are you? And I was like, oh, me? I forgot about me. Do I exist in this equation? Because you got to remember that you are the most important part of this equation because you're the one providing the care. And if you weren't, it would probably be handed over to some institution or nursing care facility or caregiving service or whatever. Your care is the most precious gift that you could give not only to your loved one, but also to your family or the family of a loved one if you're helping care for a friend or a neighbor. That is an important gift. So just know that you are a giver. That's one thing that you are. But the thing that I want to suggest to you when you're in this situation and it's your whole life and you can't really think about who you are outside of this situation because you don't know when that's going to happen, or it's just so far off and far removed from your current situation, your brain can't even go there. One of the things I want to suggest to you is that you just imagine what you would like your life to be like. I did this a lot while I was taking care of my mom because I knew I didn't want to totally lose myself or who I was or what I wanted or where I wanted to go after she was gone, even though I didn't know how long I would be taking care of her and how long I would be blessed with her physical presence here. Because there's that kind of tug of war inside of you too. Like, I want to care for this person, especially if it's someone like your parent. You're like, I don't want to lose my parent, but I would like my life back. So it can be really emotionally taxing and really pull you in all different kinds of directions of feeling guilty and feeling anxious and frustrated and resentful and all that kind of thing. But the thing that you do have control over all of the time is your mind and your imagination. So I just want you to think about, what do I want my life to look like when I'm done caregiving? I'm not even going to say after the person's gone. Let's just say when your caregiving services are over, when that job is over, when you've been laid off from that job. I kind of look at it like, I've been laid off from my caregiving job. So what do you want? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to interact with? Do you want to live somewhere else? Do you need to start a new career? Are you in a current career that you would like to change, or you want to kick in full force with it? Just imagine and think of what makes you feel good and get you excited about the future, because that can help you either remember who you are or just get a great idea of who you want to be. And it's very valid what you're putting out there now. You're kind of laying the foundation, you're laying the groundwork, you're creating a path for yourself emotionally to get where you want to be later. And one thing that I found since my mom has passed, because that's a whole other thing. Once the person has passed and you're not caring for them anymore, you can have an identity crisis. Like, who am I now? A lot of people I know, they're so immersed in the role of caregiver that when that person is gone, they have no sense of identity anymore because they have forgotten to remember who they are or who they were. And this has become very prevalent with me as I'm getting more socially active and reconnecting with a lot more friends. And recently I had a get together. I used to entertain all the time when I had my own apartment. I was always having parties and get-togethers and dinner parties and all that kind of thing. And this was the first time I have entertained in my home since I've had my own home again. And it felt so good, and it was so nice. It was a girls' night. It was so nice to be surrounded by my girls and people that I've known for a really long time, other people who are newer friends, just to have them all together in one place, and they all got along, which is great. And it just reminded me like, oh yes, this is who I am. And spending time with friends that I've known for a long time and spending more time with them recently is reminding me of who I am, because I forgot. Because even when I would get together with friends while I was caring for mom, I was so distracted. Like, I have to get back to mom. I have to check the baby monitor, make sure she's okay. I have to check in with the caregiver. I just couldn't even be fully present. And, I hate to admit this, but there were times that I was embarrassed by the fact that this is my life. And I don't even know who I am. I just know that this is my responsibility and this is where my focus needs to be all of the time, even when I'm not there. And I wasn't able to be myself. I kind of forgot who I was on a lot of levels, even though I was thinking about who I wanted to be in the future. So you might need to rediscover yourself. And who are you now? Because you're a different person, I'm sure, than before you took on this caregiving role, depending on how long it was. But regardless of how long it was, it'll change you in positive ways, because it really teaches you patience and compassion and just unconditional love, because you got to be there for that person and take care of everything for them. But I'm finding that I am remembering aspects of myself that I had forgotten about, that I forgot they were there. I forgot who I used to be, who I am in my soul, the person that my friends are drawn to, the reason that they are my friends. And I'm also not rediscovering, but I am discovering who I am now. I am a different person. I am stronger. I am more courageous. I feel like everything I took care of with my mom, everything I had to handle and deal with, I feel like I can do anything now. And especially after she passed, there's so much to take care of. And, my family's there, but I'm the one that has to take care of everything. Everything was in my name. I have all the paperwork. I have all the contacts. I have all the resources. I'm the one that has to take care of everything. And there's just been so much to deal with. But you know what? I am proud of myself for taking care of all of that, because I knew that there was going to be a lot when my mom was getting close to passing, and I started to affirming, this is easy for me. This is all easy now. It's going to be easy for me going forward. I am always divinely guided and supported and abundantly provided for. All of my needs are met. I was trying to just be there for myself and be supportive of myself and remind myself of these things going forward, because there is divine support there available to me at all times, and you too. Please affirm this for yourself. But because I had this mindset ahead of time, even though there was a lot to deal with, and in retrospect, it was difficult, and it was a headache, and it was exhausting, but just knowing the strength that I have developed, I am a much stronger person now than I ever was before, and I really feel like I can handle anything. Bring it on, but it's going to be easy. So just acknowledge that you're a stronger person for taking on this role of a caregiver. You are strong, you are courageous, you are brave, you are loving, and you are deserving of all of the praise for all of these aspects of yourself that maybe you didn't even know that you had. But I want you to acknowledge them now and take them with you going forward. So if you're in this role right now and you haven't even thought about, well, who am I now? I want you to think about it now. Who are you now? Aside from being a caregiver and aside from your relationship to the person that you are caring for, whether it's friend, neighbor, daughter, niece, child, grandchild, whatever. Put that aside. Who are you as a person? Who are you in the world? Who are you to other people? Who do you want to be? And then I want you to take that and think about how you want to continue being that person on a larger scale after your caregiving services are over, because that's going to be really important for you to maintain your sanity, knowing who you are going forward, who you want to be. So if you have an identity crisis right now, you can resolve it to a certain extent while you're still in the situation. And if you are in the aftermath of caring for somebody, think about who you want to be. The world is your oyster. You can do or be or have whatever you want. So I want you to think of it that way, instead of the scariness of like, oh my God, who am I? What am I doing? Where am I going now? Because you can do whatever you want. So get excited about it. And it's good to start thinking about this before the person's gone, so you have an idea of what you want to do and where you want to go afterwards, because it can be really jarring to just be all of a sudden done, and I'll make, oh, okay, who am I now? So think about who you are, who you want to be, and just know that who you are is amazing. And I am acknowledging you for that, because you are an amazing person. It takes someone special to be a caregiver. Not everybody can do it. Not everybody is willing to do it. I can't tell you how many times I heard, like, oh my God, I would never take care of my mom. Fortunately, my parents were awesome, and I love my mom, and she was great, and we were really close. We're still close. She's still here. They're still hanging around. My mom's standing by going, yes, we're close. So she's even closer now than she was before, because she can be with me everywhere I go all the time. And I just want to thank you for joining me. And if you would like these videos delivered straight to your inbox every Friday, you can jump over to my website, tanamarshall.com, and join the mailing list. You'll get a special note from me every Friday that only goes out to my list, and for other special little notifications. So thank you for joining me, and take some time this weekend to think about who you are, and who you are now, who you want to be later, and just pave the way for that to be your reality eventually, because you have the power to create whoever you are. And if you don't know, just create it, and it will be true for you. All right, take care, and I'll see you next time.